and welcome to the Sergeant's Basement podcast. Thank you.
Well, that's a one. Yeah,
Welcome to the first episode of our podcast, of which there is no true name for yet.
At this point, no name podcast. All right, I'm Sajin Sharima.
I'm Blaze Line.
I'm Gordon Nesbitch.
And I'm Sam Booker.
All right, so as a
Yeah,
get used to our voices. We kind of
just trying
Kinda
to
unique.
work it out here. I mean, we're just messing around with this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's
Would you fuck the green M&M?
we
That's
stop
the
that
question.
shit. We gotta stop the fucking.
Yeah, no,
I mean,
I know.
I don't.
Right off.
Right.
Is there really a difference between the M&Ms?
Well, it's like, would you fuck Papa Smurf or
No,
Lady
no.
Smurf?
No, yeah,
Well,
because
I mean, like, I wouldn't fuck Papa Smurf,
Why not?
obviously.
He's an ass.
No, but like,
You get ass.
I'm not personally gay. Like, I have no problem with that.
Bag on
but,
the
like,
head still counts.
But I don't wanna.
What?
I don't wanna fuck
Man's
Papa
got
Smurf.
head?
But
I'd fuck
Mans
the
don't-
Smurf lady.
But
What's her name?
Lady Smurf.
Is it
Smurfette.
just
Smurfette.
Smurfette? I'd fuck Smurfette.
I wouldn't.
Oh,
I'd
wait,
fuck-
and that's the green
I mean,
M&M.
That's not the green M&M.
I mean,
green
it
and
might-
blue are two different colors.
I mean, it might stain your dick a bit.
Yeah,
Would it?
but
Do you think that comes off? Do you
I
think
feel
that
like
that's
they
like
believe,
that's like face paint?
I feel like
No,
I don't know.
feel like that's like hard. It's
but
like,
think about it. No,
You know
once
this
you
is
get
hard.
But also the green M&M.
Intros to good podcasts. Anyways.
oh fuck you.
Don't get that close.
Anyways, so
Too loud.
We got our idea of watching Rooster Teeth, Yogg's Cast. What else do you guys
Yeah,
watch
that's
for
true.
podcasts?
IG.
I used to watch IG.
I used to like podcast BO.
I watched Good Mythical Morning a little
I
bit.
hate them.
I don't like.
No one. We're not talking. That's rule number one. No mythical morning.
Why?
I hate them.
No.
I hate them.
No, don't
Shut
don't talk about people you hate. That's
Yeah.
what we can't talk about. Don't hate
true.
people. No, it's okay to talk about
I hate
people
Hitler.
that we've
I can't
been
talk about
inspired.
Hitler.
You can.
I'm not allowed to have been slightly inspired by them because I like their show. Now all of a sudden you are being Hitler.
I like
Actually, in
I
fact.
like Sleepy Cast. I like Sleepy Cast.
But anyways, we're not going to talk
There's no
about
visual
Hitler.
component to this. You can't Heil Hitler and not say Heil Hitler.
Don't Hitler.
No, stop talking about Hitler. Fuck.
All right.
Just keep away from the Hitler talk.
I mean, we could.
Let's
we
keep
could
away
talk about
from
Hitler
hate
fuck,
talk in
though.
general.
Even Hitler had a girlfriend.
Let's talk about hit
That's
a
true.
wife.
That's true.
Let's
We had a
stay.
girlfriend at one point.
I suppose she probably was his girlfriend at one point. But again, stop with the Hitler talk. Stop with the hate talk.
Okay, so let's.
If someone says something, don't
One
shut it
love.
down.
One love.
Sergeant. Like seriously,
They can't
Is that
see
the
what
same
you're doing.
thing? Is that the same thing?
seriously, if someone says something, don't just shut it down.
No, no.
Okay,
It's
So-
improv. You've done improv. You know improv. No shutting. No saying no.
No put
Of course,
downs.
of
No
course.
put downs.
No put downs.
You go with it. If
You
I
can-
know absolutely nothing.
No
about
put downs
Smurfs,
of other
though,
people that aren't here.
I'm
No
gonna,
put downs of people that
I'm gonna
are
sit one
here. No put downs. This is bad. It's
Fuck
just bad
Tyler.
manner.
Fuck Tyler.
Have a good
The
bedside.
Crealer?
No.
Creator.
I mean, you could
Krilla.
jokingly say fuck Tyler because no one knows what the fuck
Yeah.
Tyler you're talking about.
The fuck Tyler talking about?
But
I mean,
He knows
unless
what's up.
unless Tyler actually listens to this at one point, which
well, I'm
is
sure he
probably
will. But
not
he'll
gonna be
know it, and
released,
he'll know
but-
we're talking about him, and it's funny.
And we should talk about people they haven't been on podcasts yet, or we want them on one point or another because I don't want them on them right now.
No. Don't,
Oh yeah, so
Um,
is our rule you can't talk about anybody that won't be like actually on the
Yes.
podcast? Okay.
Or-
try
or-
to
Yeah.
avoid
But
if you're
then
telling
you
stories.
tell them under
avoid
like
names, yeah,
another
avoid
name.
names,
So
yeah.
like if I'm talking about an
Everyone will be
ex-girlfriend,
Janice.
I'm
Everyone will be Janice.
No, Janice or Sally or like
Or
Emma.
Swire.
Swire. Miss Swire.
Ooh.
Swire.
What about
that's a
Percy?
deep
What
cut.
about
Not even a
Percy?
name.
Percy's
Percy.
a hot name. I'd fuck Percy.
Shit,
Man?
man.
Girl, dog.
Percy
Is there-
could be a
is
chick's
there
name.
per-
I
is-
could see Percy being a chick.
Yeah.
I can see a chick.
And
Percy.
like a hot chick, dude.
Lily, take
But
notes.
that's too close to pussy though. Yo, I want to fuck Percy's pussy.
Oh, well,
You got some nice alliteration going
Yeah,
there,
man.
though.
Pee-pee.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I fuck her in the pee-pee, Percy's pussy.
So, fuck her
No.
in the pee-pee. You fuck her with your pee-pee.
I mean, fuck her with my pee-pee.
Fuck Percy in the pussy with your pee-pee.
Yeah, no, that's
Shit.
good. It's good.
Yeah, that's good
Okay, that's-
alliteration.
Now,
English
I mean,
class.
we got
Pity-
something-
pr-
our-
English 101.
Pitter Panda Panda Paws. That's what our
What
our,
the
our
fuck?
guild
That
name
was
is.
gibberish,
No,
not
Pitter
alliteration.
Panda Panda Paws.
Pitter Panda.
Pitter Panda.
Pitter
Pickle
Patter
peppers.
Panda
Penis.
Paws.
On the
Palette.
something roof.
Uh,
I don't know.
No,
Pitter,
but we were playing WoW,
pitter
right?
patter of panda
And
paws
when,
on the.
when we had Lily was playing with us,
patchwork.
we were trying to come up with a name for our
Yeah.
pandas,
Okay.
and I was like Pitter Patta
Peter, I
Pitter
remember that. I was there
Patter
for that.
Panda Paws.
I was there.
Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah, it didn't work.
it didn't work because she named her Butterbay like a dingus.
Yeah.
Yep. It's a weird name.
It is dumb.
babe.
I have a good name.
It's a weird name for sure.
Bernie.
I always just randomize my names.
That's not creative. Like half.
Yeah,
No,
that's
but
not-
like
that's
it's
not
like
cool.
Half of it is
no,
coming out.
sometimes I do. Like I mean, I have some. I named one of my blood elves has like spiky blonde hair, and I named him Teen Gohan. I thought that was
That's
pretty
dumb.
funny. No, he had looked like Super Saiyan Gohan.
No shutting down.
No, but that's like I don't know. That's not creative.
No, but I'm not good at that, so I always just randomize.
I can agree with
And
you.
I like sometimes they have like it almost seems like it's a name out of the lore. Like sometimes
But
the random
the team is
random
not a
names.
name. Team Gohan's not a name.
No, obviously I wanted to name him Gohan, obviously, but it didn't work.
Well, I can go with it because my rogue's name is Ezio, but that's badass.
That is cool that you got that
That's
name.
cool.
Having a
It's
rogue
cool
name
that you got
Ezio,
that.
and my
Yeah.
my major's called Casturbation.
Okay. Okay.
I
That's a
mean,
little clever. I named my undead healer Frankenheels. That's probably the most clever thing I've ever come up with, and that's not even good. So
Okay, so my main character is called Kronzeus, right? Little story.
which
about
was
that.
randomized.
No, I made that up, but I
think-
I fucked up with the creation. I meant to put Cronus,
Yeah.
but I
Oh,
fucked
okay.
up, and I'm like,
Oh.
no, odd Zeus to the end. But
you
misspelled
spelled Zeus wrong.
Yeah,
It
and I was like-
said
and I was like-
OUS
and
for
I hit
our-
enter, and I
for our
thought,
listeners at home.
I thought there'd be a confirmation thing, but when I hit enter, it's like, oh, and I loaded it, and it's like, ah, shit.
Yeah. There's no like.
Yeah.
Are you sure that's what you want to name
Yeah.
this bitch?
And
I
then,
think-
so. Now
yeah.
I'm stuck with Kronzeus.
I think.
But it's pretty dank name.
It's pretty. I like it. It rolls off
Yeah.
the tongue.
I
I,
think-
like my pally's name too. It was randomized.
Listen,
Gulagar. It
Gulagar.
sounds good.
I
It
think
works.
pretty
It
decent,
works.
pretty good.
It works.
I think the nerdiest name I've ever made my character, and this was in WoW. This is when I was trying the free trial for the
Right.
20 levels. I named it Galaxar.
Adam's names are
Right.
like Deximus and
Yeah,
like
they always
Dexter.
something D.
Yeah.
Dick fuck, you know? Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
But
dick fuck.
Dig
like
Vic.
in Diablo, I mean, this is just an example of how uncreative I can be. I named
Billy
my
Bob.
character Billy Bob.
Billy Bob.
I mean, that's just how bad.
I mean, my
don't
dad
know.
named his.
No, except
But
that-
yeah, that's the
Bob-
weird. That's a
Billy.
weird. That was a
Billy?
weird coincidence.
Yeah, that was-
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
my guy's name's
Yeah.
Percy, but that's what I got.
Yeah, you
I
just
got,
obsessed with that name.
I got
man.
that
He's
name.
obsessed with.
I
Percy
love
Jackson.
Magnus. I love Magnus. That name's a fresh name.
Wait,
I don't
is
mind the name
Magnus in
Magnus.
Percy Jackson?
No, it's
No,
in
no,
his
no,
new
it's
series,
one.
it's Magnus Chase.
Oh, I thought it was when you
Okay.
came up with it.
Is that
I wish.
Annabeth's like sibling?
Here's the thing.
They're kids.
Here's the thing. No. He talks about his cousin Annabeth, and they meet, and then she's like, "Tell me about your
Oh.
life," and he's like, "Oh, I can't tell her about how I'm part Norse god. She won't understand." She's like, "Trust me, I've been through some crazy stuff."
Dude, Annabeth.
Yeah,
And
but
then-
hot.
at
also
the end-
Annabeth is that bitch that is like, oh, brother, blah 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 blah.
No,
I've
the
been through
cousins,
some
the
shit
cousins.
as well.
They're cousins.
No, but also wait, because
cousins.
that's Norse. But then there was also the one like fucking what's his name, Jason.
no,
Isn't he also, like, related to her?
he's Zeus.
No, he's
Jupiter.
Oh, he's Jupiter, which is what's her face.
Romans.
Fuck her name.
the-
Thea.
Yeah, no, and the
Thea or
crazy
Thea?
one,
Is it
Taya.
Taya?
Was it Taya? The one that got turned into a tree.
Yeah,
Talia.
yeah. Talia.
Talia.
Yeah,
I knew it was a
they're
TH
the-
name.
they're the yeah.
I like the name Talia. Like,
It's a good name.
I mean, it
Talia.
was
No,
from
but
Bad
Talia's a
Talia
good
al
name.
Ghul.
Talia al Ghul.
At the
That's
end
a
of
good name,
at
I
the
like
end
And
of
also-
Magnus Chase.
Do you watch Arrow?
Arrow. No, I never
I
did.
think because
I never got into
Talia-
any of those
Talia al
DC
Ghul's in
shows
it,
like
and
Flash
also,
or Arrow.
Thea is like
Flash was good.
Oliver's
That's what I've heard.
like sister.
Oh, yeah, they're-
But I've also
which is
heard that
Speedy,
like
and it's actually
like
pretty good.
the
I like it a
Gotham.
lot.
Like Gotham was good, but it's not.
Gotham's terrible.
No, Gotham
It's
was
not.
god
Gotham's
awful.
terrible.
So I don't really
I've
listen to
watched, like,
people
a
what
couple
people
of
tell me.
episodes and it's
Uh,
shit.
a lot of times they're
No,
wrong.
but Arrow is actually worth watching.
I
Arrow
don't-
and
I don't
Flash,
watch
they're
Did
Did
you
really
watch the
fun.
Daredevil, the Netflix Daredevil?
Yeah, oh, fuck, it's great.
That was like one of the best. That's probably one of the best superhero.
Yeah.
Like not even just shows,
only
but
seen
like
one
TV,
episode of
I
that.
mean, like movies and everything.
I don't like
Yeah.
North
I
American
just
television.
love.
North American television.
I mean, a lot of it's crap.
No, but just like
weeaboo.
in
A lot of
television, like Walking Dead, I don't like anymore.
No, but I agree
Walking
with
Dead,
them.
I
agree
like.
with them.
Game of Thrones,
Not just-
I can't get into. Heroes,
But
season-
Game of Thrones is
Game
like I mean HBO is American, but
Western television. I'll say that. I don't.
no, okay. See, I
don't
disagree with
enjoy
that. I love British television.
I don't.
Like,
I
I think
more,
they do it
Yeah,
a lot
but
better.
yeah,
I know.
agreed.
Anime appeals to me more. It's more like what I like, and I action. I like the over the top fighting scenes. I don't like people trying to be semi realistic.
See, I generally like the most of the TV I watch is comedy, anyways. Like there's a few
Except that-
dramatic shows.
Yeah.
Like dramatic shows are very hit and miss, but like when it comes to comedy, I feel like British people just hit the nail on the head. They have some kind of weird like dry sarcasm, and I don't know. They
Like
just-
the doctor
they just
or not
hit-
the
it's
doctor.
just
Who,
way better. Like
Sherlock.
right,
That was
yeah.
a good episode.
Sherlock
That was
is a
good.
good
That
show.
was good.
The
Sherlock's a
Abominable
good show.
Brides was actually a really good episode.
I haven't seen past.
Yeah.
I watched.
No,
like,
you
season
should
one.
watch the rest
I
of
should.
it. It's really good.
And that episode was trippy.
And I like the way
though.
they do it. Like
Yeah.
three long. They're basically movies.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a series.
yeah,
Is
I
like
Well, that's
I
why
liked
I
it a
don't. One reason I don't like television is because I have to sit down, watch 45 minutes, and then be like, all right, I'm gotta wait. For
See, I like watching TV with people, right? Like I watch TV with my mom. I was trying to find a
Yeah,
new show to watch with
that's
my
true.
mom.
I've never watched
You're
a
like-
series alone.
Heroes
Sometimes I
Reborn.
do, like some comedy shows. But yeah, most dramatic shows I just watch
The only
with
show
my
that I
mom.
watched alone was Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
That show was funny.
we watched it in
Yeah.
my basement. Remember on Netflix.
Yeah, but that was like the first two. I watched the rest of it alone.
Well, I can't like anime. I can't really watch with other people. 'Cause,
I watch anime alone.
Yeah, I can't like
Yeah.
I have to watch anime at night when no one will interrupt me.
Because there's also it's like slightly guilty pleasure-y in a lot of like the times.
Well,
'cause a
I mean,
lot
he
of
has
the
no problem
filler-
talking about
No,
it.
of course. But like when you're actually watching it,
Gee.
like if you were like super getting all involved with it, that I know you do.
Yeah.
Like with other people around, you would feel kind of foolish.
Yeah, it's
But
like-
like watching it alone,
It's
like,
true. If you're gonna nerd out with something, you want to do it on
You
your own.
wanna do it on
yeah,
your
you
own
get-
time,
Go
yeah.
ham, you know.
Yeah, no, but like one
I
of my
feel that.
anime guilty pleasures is watching bad anime.
Yeah, no, I've
It's-
heard you. Yeah, for
It's
sure.
the best feeling in the world.
It's
Watch
so
it.
weird.
so
It's
fucking
so
bad.
weird.
It's so bad.
Well, no,
but it's so funny
I
bad.
have the same. I have the same thing. I watch bad movies on purpose.
Yeah.
like show,
Yeah,
show,
because they
shoujo
try,
ones?
yeah,
Shoujo
they
ones?
try so hard to be so unique and new on like romance or like action.
Like we watch
But-
bad horror all the
yeah,
time. Like,
but that's like
Yeah,
our, yeah,
like-
That's
So,
our
like,
thing,
Yeah, but that's
though.
that's
like
also
like School Days.
well, like
it's
there's
like
barely
one
any
of the
good
worst.
horror. That's
Yeah,
School
why.
Days is
that's
one of
what
the
I was-
worst animes that tries to be horror and edgy and like kind of realistic. It's like you flopped so hard. You're flippy floppy.
Well, what's that one that you were talking about that was like intentionally bad? The American Ghost Stories, or
Oh,
yeah.
Amer- yeah.
So for people who don't know, Ghost Stories was a Japanese anime that came out in Japan. But the thing is, it sold terribly. Like the sales plummeted. So when they ported it to America, Funimation literally was told just sell by any means necessary. They weren't try to make it legit, try and sell whatever. Like the actual because anime is made to sell manga, but don't try it. So they got the craziest voice actors, and they just threw them in. And one of the lines is
Jack
just like
Black.
it's just like, "Hey kids, how was your school day?" They're like, "Oh, it was good." And then he's like, "Did you know bunnies have to fuck to make babies?" And they're like, "What?" And the episode ends.
Is one of the actors, voice actors, it's not okay. I was gonna say,
Just
it would be weird if they
crazy
got Jack
voice
Black.
actors.
That'd be crazy.
No, it's
That'd be awesome.
Ghost Stories is
I
one
watched
of
that
the-
just.
I would watch it
Yeah.
too. But no, I've seen some clips. I'm not. I don't really watch any anime. But
It's on, it's
I've
on
seen some
Netflix
clips,
now.
and I thought it was like I thought it was really fun. Is it actually on Netflix?
in Netflix or Crave, one of the two.
I'll
Or-
probably watch some of that. See, that's not like bad TV. I can't like binge
know what-
watch, but every once in a while I like to just watch
You know what?
a show that's bad.
Their
and, like,
strategy
enjoy.
did kind of work though, because it's so stupidly bad.
Yeah.
Oh no, of course.
No, but they
people
did
like
sell.
bad.
They did
people
sell.
like
Yeah,
but
bad
that's
TV.
what they
Yeah.
saw. That was their opportunity. They can't.
That's brilliant.
They couldn't because the anime, the concept itself was terrible. There's no way it was
Yeah,
sell
yeah.
legit. So like, it was
Yeah.
just fuck around and make a dope anime.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
show I started watching now is Life's Too Short. Like the new Ricky Gervais produced show.
Oh, okay.
It's with Warwick Davis, the
Oh, yeah,
little
yeah, yeah.
person actor. Yeah, and he's like making a mockery of himself and stuff. It's really
Okay.
funny. It's like the new
Where-
like
what is it?
extras.
What is it
of
on?
It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Is it a Netflix original?
No.
No, it's just on Netflix.
It's like Ricky Gervais produced it. Like
Yeah.
him and Stephen Merchant. I love those guys. I've been like obsessed with those guys for the past little while.
I haven't
now.
really got
They're
into
funny.
their stuff. Like,
Yeah, I want to watch the British Office. I've only seen a few episodes, but like no, I like can
People
appreciate their
hated
humor
that.
a little bit. No, that dry humor. I really like that dry humor now. I used to hate it. I did, but I feel like I definitely get into that a little bit more now. Anyways, you were
Yeah.
gonna say something.
I don't know. The dry humor thing for a long time didn't do anything for me because it was just like I don't know. I just like felt really uncomfortable. And now that I'm getting more like tired and jaded with a bunch of different like comedy tropes, then it's
Right.
like, oh well, that still has a place and it like makes me feel something that is like unique to it, and so then now I can see like the value in it, which is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, with like comedy, what have I been actually like seeing lately? No, I've been watching like a lot of SNL, which is really good.
Oh, the newer
Celebrity
stuff.
SNL is the best.
Yeah, Celebrity SNL. is great.
I'll take anal bum cover for 300.
Yeah,
Celebrity
No,
Jeopardy. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, Will
Yeah.
Ferrell days were like the prime
Yeah.
Oh,
SNL
yeah, of course,
for sure.
of
The
course.
late '90s.
yeah.
Well, the
Yeah.
whole '90s actually, because you had like Michael Myers and
Yeah.
Mike Myers.
Like, I know,
Not the
I know.
serial
I've
killer.
only like started like scratching that like my, I just like wet my dick a little.
But
bit.
are you watching like
That's
the
all.
newer stuff?
Speaking of late 90s.
Because I found a lot of the newer stuff is really like it's like just it's not as funny as it used to be. Like it's really blatant comedy and it's
Yeah, I
just
do
like.
find like, because
I mean, I do appreciate blatant
usually
comedy
where
sometimes.
I start with that is like
but-
I'm watching that and then I see something with like one of the actors and like Jimmy Fallon and then I go off of it.
Right.
So,
right.
but and that stuff like actually I'm like cling to a lot more, even though it's not like somehow Jimmy Fallon just like makes like watching just random shit.
Dude,
Like, so fucking
I don't
entertaining.
know.
More
Yeah,
entertaining
yeah.
than actually.
Have you seen like the Water
structured
War? Have you seen like
programming.
the Water
It's really
Wars?
good.
Those are fucking.
I don't know.
hilarious.
No.
No, they play the game.
No.
You know the card game War, right? Where
Yeah,
you, like,
yeah,
flip
okay,
a card
okay,
and
yeah,
whatever
yeah,
card wins.
yeah.
They do that, but whenever you win a flip, you throw a cup of water in the other person's face, and he gets like these like celebrities who are all dressed up nice and have their
Yeah.
hair like all
Yeah,
done
yeah.
up, and they just throw water at each other. It's
That's
hilarious.
pretty
And then at
awesome.
the end, the
Yeah,
person who
there's
wins
Also, have you seen
shoots them with a super soaker.
the like telephone box game?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, where they have
Fucking
to
with
squeeze
Shaq.
it. Yeah,
Have you seen the one with
yeah,
Shaq?
yeah.
Oh my god,
It's
so
like
good.
squeezing the
So
telephone.
good.
I love Shaq.
I love Shaq.
I got
Shaq
He's
is a
actually-
very
No,
intelligent
but he's like,
man.
okay,
Like,
whatever.
he's not-
His first paycheck for NBA, he blew in like 30 minutes. So his financial advisor's like, no, you gotta put that shit away. He went to school. He owns like 400 like Costco's. He owns like built like hundreds of
Yeah,
Five Guys.
he's
loaded.
like actually like an intelligent person. Like he went back to school
Yeah.
and he's like a
And
teacher now.
if you went to like if he was in jury duty, he would slam you in 2 courts,
But how do you mean?
like in regular court and like.
Oh,
Huh? Oh, okay, that was such a good joke that none
oh,
of us got.
so I wish that had landed because that was a good pun. That was a clever pun.
Reaction.
It looks like you put some work into that.
His first
I'm sorry
one.
I didn't
His
get
first
it.
one. Fuck you, Sammy.
I'm sorry I didn't get it. I'm sorry I didn't get that. But
Anyway,
next time I'll pay more attention for the puns.
we
I'll
were
pay more
speaking. You
attention
guys
to the
touched
puns.
on late 90s.
Fucking.
About the
The
Pokemon
DS9.
remake.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What do you guys? How do you guys feel about yellow, blue, and red?
Oh, like the releasing them.
yeah,
on
the
the
re-releasing.
I'm excited.
on the online
excited?
store.
I'm so excited.
I definitely. I want to play through yellow because I never actually got to play through
I know,
yellow.
and you saw
Yellow
Pikachu.
is-
It's such a like.
Yeah.
It's the
Except
anime.
that, okay, listen.
I heard the yellow
walk
is
speed
worse.
is so fucking slow.
Yeah, it's
No,
ridiculous.
What they need to release with it is a ×2 speed.
Yeah.
That's what they need to put in.
Well, I mean, can they? I mean, they're releasing with original graphics, but they could probably go back and give you the running shoes earlier.
They can, but the thing is, all they're changing, or all they've announced so far, is they're adding online, so you can trade online and
Right.
battle online.
Well,
Okay.
I hope that they
That's
make
it.
minor changes just for convenience sake, like giving you the running shoes.
Yeah.
Because running shoes didn't exist in the original games, right? Those didn't
Yeah,
come
no,
until
no, no.
second.
Yeah,
I'm
of course.
playing. I'm
Of
playing
course, but
through
they
They didn't come
Gold,
until
and it's-
third gen, yeah.
hell.
I know.
Yeah.
And also, why take this long and just release the ROM? Like, fuck off. At least do something.
Yeah, like-
do something with
but
it because
at the same time, like this is a good sign as Nintendo. If they're releasing a ROM, there's
Yeah.
chance they'll release other ROMs, like even release
Oh,
the Melee.
yeah,
I know,
yeah,
but it's
sure.
also
Release
it's gonna
anything
be
else
like
ROM.
so long for any of this shit to actually happen. 'cause
But
they're so,
I am excited because my
stingy.
favorite Pokemon game
I
I've
know.
ever played was Yellow.
What's weird
Mine
is
was
the technology for
silver.
ROMs is clearly already there. Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Some like
If I
fat
can play-
nerd in his basement has been
Yeah.
doing it for years. I mean, like,
Yeah. No,
it's
if I
weird
can,
that Nintendo hasn't picked up on it and been like, hey. We can sell these for the actual proper console instead of someone's PC where
Yeah.
it lags and whatever.
Yeah.
And
it
make,
doesn't
like,
run
tons
properly. It
of
makes
money
so much
off,
money.
right?
People
Like-
are selling Melee for $70, like a used copy of Melee, and Nintendo's just like, we'll sell it for 20, and we'll make just as much money.
Do you guys?
No, I know.
Oh yeah, because people want to
Yeah.
buy it legitimately. A lot of
People-
people are afraid to like buy used copies.
Do you
and
guys-
whatever. Some people just want to buy it from the source, like the proper source.
Do you guys remember when we were walking down our street and we saw that kid playing Pokemon on his TV? What we thought was
Oh,
he
yeah.
Oh
was
yeah,
playing
it turned out he
Pokemon
was
on
just watching a
Yeah.
walkthrough.
Yeah.
We were so hyped. We were like, how did that guy hook
Yeah.
Pokemon to his TV? We were
Yeah.
like waiting, and then we just like it cuts to the end and like the YouTube thing
Yeah.
pops up. We were like, oh,
Yo,
never
that's
mind. It's just
actually-
a
He was
loser
watching it on
watching
in his
Pokemon
living room.
walkthroughs.
No, I know.
You know
I
what's
know.
exciting?
Actually, though, I
Pokemon.
just had a good idea because so I have a Chromecast, which is like one of Google's products, and you can like stream things to it just straight off of your phone. Like they have a
Oh,
lot
like
of
the
different
PlayStation TV?
integrations.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what a thing that you can do on my phone is that you can cast the screen. And it actually like fully like emulates your screen.
Oh,
on
so you
the
can
thing,
play
and
a
it goes
Pokemon
on.
emulator.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so you can play a
Apple
Pokemon
TV does that.
emulator.
Is there any kind of
There is
lag?
lag. There is
Yeah.
lag, but
Yeah.
with Pokemon, I don't think it would fucking matter.
Apple TV has that too.
Yeah.
You would have to try it.
There's
but-
like
but
a
that
good
sounds
like
like there's
there's
some
a
potential
good like
there.
half-second lag, but
Could
it's
you-
not.
can
it's
you
not
hook
like-
up any
I,
device?
actually, I was playing that today.
Can you hook up any
Are you?
device?
Yeah, you can hook up any device.
Could you hook up a 3DS?
No. It has to be as like
it
a
has to be
mobile.
a Google device.
Oh,
Yes.
Well,
yeah,
Apple
yeah.
TV's like
I thought maybe it was just hooked up through like micro USB.
No, it's through. It's actually wireless.
Yeah.
It's through the
Oh,
Wi-Fi.
Yeah, like,
That
I
makes
hooked my phone
Which is
up
why it's
to,
amazing.
Right,
the
like Apple TV or
Yeah,
something.
like
I
Apple
hooked my
TV.
phone up to the Apple TV, just play music, and it replicates whatever sees on my phone.
See, the only problem with Apple TV is you can't hook up. I have an Android phone, and you can't hook up. You can only
Yeah.
hook up Apple
Apple
phones.
devices. Yeah.
I know, but the thing about like the Chromecast is that you can hook up Apple devices too. Like you can do everything.
Right. See,
so
that's why
it's just like it goes
that's
through
the
app.
one of the major reasons why I prefer Android. They're just more.
They don't give a fuck.
But
They're not
more
like
accepting.
Yeah,
right?
but you
Like,
know what else can only hook
Mac
up to
is
itself?
very. Apple is very.
You know what else can only hook up to
exclusive.
itself?
What's that?
Nintendo NX.
Yeah, well, Nintendo's super exclusive for some reason.
Yeah, except that
and the NX is ridiculous, and it's gonna be the best thing ever made.
I don't know if that's actually
It's
what
gonna
it
be
is, though.
different.
But that's what they're speculating. That's what the
That's
big
what they're
rumor is.
speculating, but we'll see. We'll see
Yeah,
if like
like,
Big N is
speculation is
actually
speculation,
hooking
Well,
Rubber
right?
because
I mean,
at the end it makes sense.
Okay,
It's
except
very,
that, okay. Why don't you explain what actually?
well,
Yeah,
the,
right.
the current
We don't know
rumor for the
anything.
Nintendo NX, which is the next Nintendo console, is you buy a part. So you're buying it can play its own games, but you can attach old Nintendo consoles to it, and they use power from those to play better games. So say I bought the NX and I have a Wii U and a Wii, it'll use my shittiest console, which would be the Wii, for AI programming, which has the lowest power. So all my other consoles attached can work on the more tedious and harder.
And I think that's
applications.
interesting. It'll make it.
It's very
It's
really,
hard- it's hard to
really
pull
weird,
off.
though.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it sounds very
'Cause
futuristic.
It also sounds very costly. Like
yeah.
it's banking off of the hardcore fans.
But that's
like,
what Nintendo.
that
that's
is
what Nintendo
completely.
well, that's Nintendo's niche group.
No,
anyways,
I
at this
know,
point.
but it's like they're pulling further and further into that boat. Like
Yeah.
they're putting like
They're putting all their cards-
They can't
they're playing all
have
their cards
Wii
there.
levels of success with that ever. They
Yeah.
just can't.
Well, because
Like-
the Wii U's failing. Like Smash 4, lowest selling Smash game of all
Lowest
time.
smelling-
yeah.
lowest
Like
smelling
it's
Smash game.
out. It's out being outside by Brawl, which is is the worst.
No,
Out
of course
all time.
But Brawl was super popular.
yeah, but that's
Because
Because
it's
everyone
on
owned a
Wii,
Wii.
so
Because
there's,
everyone
like,
owned a
such a-
Wii.
But
yeah.
then no,
That's probably one of the better
because
games
with
for the Wii.
Nintendo's
Yeah.
thing that I had the biggest problem with is when they released a new console, be it handheld, be it real, like a actual like a competitor for PS3 or whatever.
Yeah.
It's they release the same game over and over.
Right.
They released
Oh,
a
I
new
know.
Mario. They released a new Mario Kart.
Right, because everyone wants
No,
one of those.
but that's what's causing them to not. It's the flake. Like what we do is those are party games, so we will obviously buy them.
Yeah, we love
But,
them,
but
but
the thing is, when someone releases an Xbox like Horizon, is
Yeah, like an
concept of-
RPG,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what people want to play. They
well,
don't.
that's what Nintendo needs, another
yeah,
good
they,
Zelda
they
game.
need.
Well,
But the thing
Yeah,
is,
they need another.
it's-
except
that's
that-
so hard to pull off with their recent track record.
Yeah,
With
that's true.
Twilight
Yeah.
Princess, last good one in my opinion.
Yeah,
Everything
of
else
course.
is shit.
Well, that's
And it
the
didn't
whole-
even get that much success. Like
No,
market,
I know,
like,
and they're
like,
also not
market-wise.
actually like properly remaking it, which like it
well, they're
grinds my
adding
balls.
they're
because,
adding
like,
an amiibo.
They're
feature.
adding amiibo support, but have you seen they
You
didn't
get one
actually
dungeon.
remodel everything?
Yeah.
They
You
just
don't-
put up it's in the old thing. They just like made it HD.
Yeah.
But what they should have done is actually done a full remodel treatment
Like,
because that game could be amazing.
Well, that's what they're doing with Ratchet and Clank.
yeah,
they
they
completely-
should have gotten that thing, and now
Yeah.
that they're putting it out with like this half-assed remake,
Yeah, it's
they're
gonna
not
suck
going.
up.
It's dead.
You know
it's
what?
dead, and it's actually one of my favorite of all the Zelda games.
In my personal opinion, I feel like for Nintendo to get back like a full market, like get back to not just the niche market that they have right now, is to step away from motion sensor. Like no one wants that anymore. I mean, it was novel
Just
idea
Dance?
with the
Come
Wii,
on.
Just Dance
right?
is good.
And everyone
That's
tried to
one
call
thing.
it PlayStation Move,
But they already
Xbox
are.
Connect.
They already are stepping away from
Yeah,
it.
with the
They
Wii,
are
Wii
for
U,
sure, like
with
the Wii
U.
pad.
If you
the Wii
get
pad
with the
and
Wii U gamepad, but then you can also get the controller.
Right,
Plus,
but
the
I think they need to
controller,
just like
and
not
you
even
get
have it
different
be a
things.
thing at all because no one cares
except
about it anymore.
that right now, all the legacy
is Nintendo's
hardware,
year.
they're going. Yeah, this
This
is
is
Nintendo
Nintendo's
that
year.
we're talking about.
This year is their
Yeah.
year. They have Pokken, which is
I
my
would
personal.
hope it's their year because
my-
last year was shit.
Well, they- nothing came out
Last year was garbage. Nothing
Pokken,
came out.
Mario
Which is
Maker.
fucking Mario Maker.
Pokken, which I
How
want to
is
talk about
Mario
later.
Maker like a game of the year? I mean, yes, it is incredible as a game, but it's not really even a game. It's a sandbox for games. It's
Yeah,
like
but like Pokken this year, which I want to
Little
talk about
Big
later.
Planet with Mario.
Yeah.
We have Pokemon Go, which is going to be one of the biggest things of all time this year.
Right.
I'm
Uh,
excited for that.
Red, Yellow, Blue remake, which is next month or in
Well,
fact, March.
they're really laying into the Pokemon thing.
Well, that's
They
because 20th
really-
anniversary.
Right.
yeah,
Oh,
Pokemon
okay.
Go.
Yeah.
And also it's like it's the one thing that everyone still
Yeah, and you
respects
can't
about
beat
them.
Nintendo's like Sony tried with Ni no Kuni. It's not the same.
Well, you can't Pokemon will never
But
die, right? Like,
Also,
Pokemon-
Ni no Kuni 2. I'm super
It's so good. So good. It's gonna be so good.
Because it also is.
Oh,
like,
they're
it's
bringing that little
completely
fat guy
different.
back.
Yeah, the one who's cosplay. I want to play. I want to play that game.
Is he actually back in it? I
Well,
don't think
he's
so.
one of
I
the.
don't
He's
think so. I
not.
think
He's one of the
there's-
mains, right?
Because there's new characters.
Yeah.
It's not the same characters.
But
as
the
last
the
time.
nice thing about Ni no Kuni is like as you say, it's sort of similar to Pokemon. It's not
Yeah.
really though. But the
You
nice thing
play
is
as
it's an
Pokemon.
it's an RPG,
Yeah.
right? Like so I prefer RPGs. Like that's my problem with Pokemon is that overlay is kind of it gets tedious. Whereas an RPG, you can actually
Okay,
have like
the
from
one
a,
thing-
from
Yeah.
that perspective, from a third person.
The
I
one
don't know,
thing
it's
I really liked about the Wii U was you can buy older games. Did you see that?
yeah, they released
Nintendo's
some
all about playing past gen.
Well, because
they're
that's where they were most successful. Like,
Yeah, and
I mean,
and they can
they
also,
had the market back in the 90s and early 2000s.
Yeah, if they can
so.
sell 1 million copies of a $3 game, like that's $3 million.
yeah.
that they've already made.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they didn't have to do anything.
They didn't
They
do
could
shit
literally
all.
get
They
one
just
guy to be
literally-
like, port to
Because they
3DS, done.
also have the like all of the emulators from their old things. They have all of the stuff. They don't have to make a new engine. They just have to port it to the Wii U and then put the ROMs on it and give
And
it
you
out
know-
to people. That's all.
You know what else has been killing it? Amiibos. So many people are collecting Amiibos these days.
Is there more
No,
of a
of
collection
course,
than
that
a?
is true too. But
Well,
use
but
a-
it is nice to have a collector's item to go along
Yeah.
with, because the console dies at a certain
Yeah.
point, right? And that's kind of the cool thing about the new, like, the theory for the new console
10X, yeah.
is that it brings back. It makes them have value again, which
Yeah.
is the terrible thing about consoles, right? You don't play your PS2 anymore. It has good games on it, but you never play it because I mean,
Well,
the sad part is that PlayStation's been really bad for cross compatibility.
well, what PS2's what's it called Nintendo what's PlayStation's thing called?
wait, fuck, I forget.
PSN Live, PS Live,
No,
No.
it's
PS Now, something like that.
PlayStation Now. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's where they have all their right now the most popular PS2 games and PS1 games are able to be streamed to PS4 for
Well,
like
that's cool.
$5.
Oh, okay, so they're doing a similar sort
Yeah.
of thing, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
PS2 is old enough now that like
It's
what,
like- it's a legacy.
2004.
Ish.
I don't want to say anything like it's a fact, but yeah, it's old enough now that you can start releasing them as like a
Like a
like a
legacy.
retro
I
game.
want to touch back on the Pokemon thing you talked about. How it's you don't like how it's the turn based
Well, no. The fighting that was always really unique, right? Like
or the
no
RPG
one-
aspect.
No, I prefer the out of fighting
Oh.
gameplay was a little
But
like a little more
like
a little less
my
tedious.
ideal Pokemon game is a mixture of 3D graphics like XD Gale Darkness and Coliseum, but with Pokemon fighting. Where I fight, I am the Pokemon.
Oh, when you enter that,
Yeah,
that'd be
like
pretty
Ni no
cool.
Kuni. Like I'll be running around, I'll catch
Yeah.
Pokemon,
Right.
and then it's a trainer battle. Okay, I switch to my Blaziken, and I am my
okay.
Blaziken.
Yeah, originally.
Okay.
Yeah,
but I
some
saw,
kind of like combination of all the things
Yeah.
where you have the
Like
It's
a
sort of
mystery
like-
dungeon.
Yeah, like a
kind of
mystery
thing.
dungeon.
That would
Yeah.
be cool.
I play. I hate playing as a fucking trainer. I don't do shit. I'm just like, I'm a Pokemon trainer, but really I'm clicking Fire Blast over and over and
Well,
over and over.
I mean, but those games are great in the sense that like
They're
because they're
simplistic.
not about the fighting as much as I mean they are, but you're both supposed to be the Elite Four, but there's also like the collect them all, right? Like,
Yeah.
you catch them all
Well, then
aspect.
if you add in the 3D fighting, that makes it so there's like different levels, right? So like if the game should be able like Dying Light's had this technology, Call of Duty's had this technology where if you're doing better, the game scales with you.
Right.
So if I'm shit stomping the opponents in over and over, scale the enemy up, and then if I'm clearly taking my time and not playing to my best, keep it normal. Keep it to like a
Yeah,
person who wants to collect.
That's
the
one
Pokemon.
thing I'm dealing with right now with
Yeah.
my gold game. It's horrible. I have like a level 30 right now, and it's crapping on the
Yeah.
gym leaders.
You click one ability, everything's dead. Oh, not very effective. Doesn't mean shit.
Yeah,
Still
it's-
dead.
it's kinda
like,
getting
well, that's
boring.
the interesting. I think it would be really interesting if what they did is when you started a Pokemon game, you could choose like to play through the game as like to catch Pokemon. Like you choose like sort of like you can choose difficulty in some game. You choose like whether you want to play as like a collection game or as like a fighting game, and like so that there's variation so that you can replay the game and you can like this time around I want to play it as a collection game and I want to see how many I can get. Or you can switch part of the way through, and as you say, like it scales down.
To me, Pokemon, there's difficulty in it. The difficulty mode selection is depending on who you pick as your starter.
I
Like,
I
there
go
should
for-
be some difference.
No, but like for Ruby, Mudkip is easy mode. You clear the first
well,
like
yeah,
3
because the
gyms.
first few gyms
And
are
you
always
see-
the
yeah,
hardest.
because it's
but
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
you pick Torchic is like normal mode. It's like it's kind of
No, Torchic's the hardest because rock.
Chico,
you can't
Chico's
do
the
rock
worst.
type,
Chico
yeah.
because he's Sceptile's the worst Pokemon in like out of the 3.
Yeah, end game, but at the beginning, Trico can get rid of beat the first gym really
but that's
easily.
it. Torchic's better late.
Well, what is second gym in third gen? It's
Bug.
Is it, no.
No, it's not bug. It's
No, they didn't have enough bug type Pokemon at that point.
you go through the bug area, then you go to not Petalburg, Stateport.
also early
Anyways,
game.
I don't wanna spend too much time on that, but-
it's pretty lengthy, right?
Yeah, Ruby's way
It's
too
like
big.
there's a lot.
Well, third gen
There's-
wasn't too bad.
no, but Ruby's all
gold
about
and
backtracking.
silver were were what was were ridiculous. Where you had to go back to
I'm loving it.
Kanto.
Oh
and-
well, yeah. Okay, yeah.
You know what's not
Yeah.
taking.
Oh, I love the original story.
There-
I love a lot of the
Yeah.
Pokemon that were introduced in second gen.
Yeah.
For sure.
The thing,
But
yeah.
I chose Toaddial for my starter.
He's the
Froggator's great.
Yeah, I do
Froggator's
that too.
great.
He is the
Water
Is he the
types
best?
are always the easiest. I think that I think that carries.
I
over.
usually go grass.
Really?
This time I
I
No,
hate
in
changed it
grass.
up.
in some ones,
never
A
played
lot of
grass.
people pick
Like in
fire.
Diamond
Well,
Everyone
I mean,
picks fire.
Chikorita was really bad.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Shinorita is what I call her.
Like Bayleaf and the Meganium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I go for grass. I've just always have.
I've always loved Torterra, and fourth gen was the first gen
Okay.
I played. Like I went back to the
Yeah,
earlier
yeah,
gens
yeah.
after,
Yeah.
and I love Torterra. I also love Venusaur.
I love-
when I
I
played
love
Green
Venusaur.
was the second.
Venusaur was my
Green
favorite.
was the second
Only
game
two
I played.
Pokemon
and
I
it was-
love with a passion are Gengar and Swampert. Everyone else, I'm like, whatever.
Swampert is great, and I don't like Sceptile. I played through Alpha Sapphire with Sceptile, and I regretted it.
It's-
Yeah, no.
Your mistake.
The only
Well,
reason why it's
I
kind of
thought
cool is,
I
like,
thought the reason I picked him, I thought he was a physical attacking grass type, and that was a problem in third gen because grass type moves were all special. But they switched him over. He's a special attacker, and I don't special attacking grass type now isn't as fun. Anyways, yeah, I much would have preferred to pick Mudkip or
You know
Torchic.
what's hard?
Blaziken's cool too.
What picking is really hard for? New League of Legends draft pick. It's out.
Yeah, it sounds.
It's
terrible.
out, and I was
it's-
used. I was used for that. My friend, he said, "Hey, can you join us just so we can get this done? You don't have to participate with us. You just need to click randomly. We just need another person." And I was like, "Oh." So they just used me.
Well, the new draft pick's really dumb because you pick your two roles, right? You pick.
Yeah.
For me, I pick Jungle 80. Those are my two best.
And I like the fact that they're trying to stop fights over role and stuff. I do like that, but I feel like this is the wrong way to go about
No,
it.
it's a terrible because when I get into game and I don't have either of those roles, and I'm like, okay, I'm stuck to support, mid, and top. Like that's what I'm left with, and that's not the mindset when I pick those two roles. Like when I pick 80 in jungle, I have a mindset that I'm going to get one of those, and I'm going to play one of my.
But then
play
again,
to my
why
best.
do you care? Because I mean, you go bar
I
jungle.
mean,
like,
I go bar jungle, but that's because I'm confident everywhere but top. Like I can't.
that's true.
Top scares me. I don't know. I have like a top phobia.
Well, touch is boring, I find. And when it's not boring, you're getting shit on. So
Yeah.
it's either...
And he's Diamond 4 people.
I was not fucking.
There's no.
I just hope that, I mean, if anyone's listening to this, that they know a little bit of the League of Legends, and this is just gibberish. I mean, we have our
Gordon.
resident
Gibberish.
League of Legends, a non-player. So,
But, like,
illiterate
like,
to the language.
Well, the current meta is early game win, late game you lose. Like so, you like you haven't been watching any of the LCS recently, have you?
no.
So
I haven't
currently,
been paying
it's
attention.
one team usually picks like an early game will fuck you in the ass comp, and then the second one's like, okay, if we can somehow make it to mid game, we have a chance. If we make it to late game, we win. But those teams never make it to mid. They never make it. They're picking terrible teams. Their champion pool is way too small for those pools. Like the game right now, the way it is you fall behind, you're not coming back. The enemy has to throw way too hard for you to even like have a chance. Like
right, and obviously in LCS, people aren't throwing
Yeah.
very often. Every once in a while,
like
there'll be
today,
an upset.
Fnatic was playing Vitality, which is one of the new teams that was bought. Fnatic's obviously the winner, like the favorite to win. They have
Yeah.
Reckless.
Yeah,
They have-
they're fantastic.
They have Noxian. They have Febivin.
That's right. I like that.
And they have
Fantastic.
they have Gamzu and Spirit, like two of the best, like the best top in jungle. Like they're amazing, but they got raped. They like their comp was terrible. They get caught, and it's that obvious. Like the better team lost because they got cocky. They threw, and there's no chance for the better team to even come back.
Screw the new meta. I said
Meta's the worst.
I said it.
Like when I play ranked, I have to pick to whatever. Like if I don't feel comfortable playing, like I don't want. I hate playing Lucian into like dive
Well,
comps.
that's why this season's league lost so many of their players.
Yeah, it's the dumbest shit.
So many.
It
players.
was like, yeah, Mr. Pandaria for WoW, they lost a ton.
Yeah, they're trying too hard to change. Like,
Yeah, they changed so much in
Yeah.
that game.
Like,
and
what
it
was your
just-
analogy? The teen years. Riot is.
oh
in their
yeah,
teen
Riot's in
years.
their teen years right now.
Yeah.
They're like the beginning. They're like, oh, they're kids. Let's make everything basic. Everything's fun.
And everyone's gonna let it go when they mess something
Yeah,
up.
Terrific.
and then
Like a kid
Yeah.
fucks up, you're gonna be like, okay, I don't like that you fucked up, but you're a kid, so
Yeah.
like whatever.
but now they're in their teen
You
years.
beat them a
They're
little
in their
bit.
teen years where they're trying to make everything batshit crazy, and they're like,
Yeah, you get a little
let's
mad
just be
at them.
fucking unique. Let's try and be like the next shit. Let's be rebellious. Let's have
Yeah, yeah,
an ammo
Yeah,
system.
they're like the fucking
yeah,
hipsters.
and then it's not working. Like
No.
fucking.
Although
all-
the thing is, they're allowed to be like
yeah,
that. I
because
mean,
they're the biggest in the world.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I don't want to be playing a mini game when I'm playing a champion. Bard, I'm on an Easter egg hunt all game. Skarner, I'm playing Dominion inside of Summoner's Rift.
Right.
Like fucking who else is there? Like Thresh, I'm trying to collect souls. Like they're just
okay,
adding,
but Thrashon was tiny. It was okay.
that was, they're dipping their toes in.
yeah.
And then they're like, oh,
Uh,
Graves rework, ammo system. Oh, new champion.
well, I actually like the Graves ammo system. I like that they're because ADCs were getting really boring and like they were all the same basically. So I like that they're changing each one up to have a different thing. Because the only one who was really ever different was Corki, right? He was the only
Yeah,
one who
Corki
ever
was, like, the
really,
main-
You can't-
Kog'Maw, I guess.
Cockmaw.
The AP sort of
Percent
heavy
himself,
AD
yeah.
carries. Anyways, I don't want to talk about League for too long because if people don't know, much about it, it's
Play
very
League.
it's very
Play League.
boring.
Don't anymore.
And
I don't
it's-
play that much
it's a-
anymore,
it's
but
a-
I do think it's a great game, and I think people should give it a try.
Wow, he's actually
Reference
set it up
Yami
for
Yugi.
us.
I got
do-
you into the game.
I do think that people should try League. I did have a lot of fun. It's better with friends. I'll say that.
But
For
a
you
lot of
guys,
games are. A lot of games are.
Yeah, because you guys
Well,
are
I mean,
carry-
unless you get really into it,
Shut
then
up.
you can get competitive with it. But at first, it's
Okay,
a lot better
it's
with friends.
Depending,
As with a lot of
depending on
games.
who you're playing with.
I'd say the same thing about WoW. It's more fun with
Same with
With
Diablo.
with a friend
Same with
or more.
everything.
Okay, on some games I can't play with friends.
Well,
No,
like
some
what?
games-
Like
some
what?
games-
Like what?
Like which?
Like when I first started playing Call of Duty, I couldn't play.
Oh
with
yeah, but
friends.
also
Okay.
Call of Duty with you, like when you play with friends in a server, like they all just
Well,
like
yeah,
you
you
sit
steal
there.
all of the kills
Yeah.
and they get annoyed at you.
Well, you
And so
fucking
it's-
you dumbass! I was like 1 kill from 100, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna kill up a flag, and I'm gonna end the game, and everyone got mad at you. I mean, okay, Call of Duty, I don't like. I used to not like playing with friends because it wasn't fun for them, and I could sense that because no one was really talking. It was just me like running around killing everything.
And now you don't play at
Yeah.
all.
Although
Look what
you've
happened
met
to that.
many of your best friends through COD.
yeah,
I mean,
but that's because
Yeah,
like
sure.
well they could
Um,
deal with me.
you make a girlfriend through COD.
Yeah, but that's because
yeah.
they deal with me. Like Jeff could deal with me.
Yeah, well,
Mm.
yeah, they put up with you.
I mean, I
And-
got beat daily, but you know
Like,
what? At the
and
end of the
then
day,
and you didn't for some whatever reason you didn't mind playing with them. Obviously,
My
You-
elitism only came in towards the end.
right?
That's because that's when the Toronto leaderboard came up, and it's like, oh fuck, I'm actually good at this
there
game.
was actually a leader. Like,
Yeah, of
for
course, it's a
103.
huge game, right?
Yeah.
Call of
No,
Duty,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Call of Duty Elite had a Toronto leaderboard.
Oh, true. Nice.
And that's when-
Wait, what were you on that?
Top 10 Toronto, and then top 100 Canada, and then I was number 1 in the world for like CTF for like 3 months.
Shit.
That's when I was like, that's
You're
when my elitism kicked in. And I was like, I'm actually fucking good.
Yeah.
But before that, I was like, oh, a new friend? I want to play.
actually,
I
that's
wanna
the only
play.
that's the only reason why I actually got
Yeah,
slightly
and-
decent at the game.
If you had to like start playing with Lily like after
Yeah.
like you had that, you probably would have
No.
never hung her. She probably would have been like, "Fuck this guy, he's cocky."
And then
Yeah.
and then you stopped, and all your dreams died.
Well,
There it is.
I thought
well,
about
he's
that
trying to do the same thing with League.
I
again,
thought
so-
about that on the way home
Yeah.
today from school. I was like, I could have been a pro COD player.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
probably.
you definitely could've.
Probably,
And I was
for
like,
sure.
what am I doing? Like, what?
Wasting my
then
life.
again, you were pretty young. You were pretty young.
Yeah,
for
I
the
know.
time.
I had the
No, but
the
also
palm,
you-
I had the world
Yeah, but
in
so
my
is
hands.
everyone.
So
I'm
was
sure the
everybody.
top
Like,
10
yeah.
That's
like that
true.
he was
That's
with
true.
were probably all around the same age.
Yeah, they might have been a
Well,
little.
number
bit
one was a
older,
hacker.
Hmm?
Number one, Toronto was a hacker. But that's
So,
not top 9.
Nice.
But like, I had,
Yes, I guess.
I had the
Yeah.
world.
He just hacked his way in the
I had the
leaderboard.
league, the COD world in my
That's
hand.
classy.
But I was like, you know what? No. But then I was like, can I pick it up again? Can I?
It's just not fun anymore.
It's not fun anymore.
Yeah.
It's not fun anymore.
Well, the problem is they keep releasing games, and in your opinion, the games aren't as good anymore. So,
No, they're
so it's
trash.
not as fun to
They're
take it
trash.
back.
They're
So it's
trash.
like if you could
Black
be,
Ops 3 is trash.
if you could be
Like,
professional in Black Ops 2 or Black Ops
One.
1,
Modern-
that was your favorite game, right? Or
Black
Modern
Ops,
Warfare 3.
Black Ops 1 is my favorite.
Okay, so if you could be professional in that, you probably could go back and pick it up.
Yeah.
But you don't want to pick up the new one.
No,
'cause
I know.
of it. And they're gonna keep coming with new ones. That's
Yeah.
the problem.
Yeah, it's Call of Duty's. It's like how like Assassin's Creed. They're basic. COD's
oh
turning
God,
into
it's turning into
EA.
Assassin's Creed.
I mean, it
Yeah.
would be a lot.
But also any
Yeah, it-
any like legacy series, like something that goes on for that long eventually
Has to
is gonna
die.
turn into shit.
I don't
Like,
understand why these console games.
Also though, right now I'm very disappointed in how all shooters right now are shit. Like All of them. Every single one.
It's true.
Wait,
Even
hey,
like
hey,
Battlefield,
hey,
every-
Battlefield as well, like
Hey,
Battlefront as
Battle-
well.
sorry, that's
is
what I
shit
meant, yeah.
too.
I mean, why is CS:GO so big then?
Because it doesn't change.
But
It hasn't
also
changed since
CS:GO
CS.
Yeah.
They haven't gone through their teen years yet.
No, but they
they're
can't.
not trying to
They
do that.
can't. They cannot. There's nothing they can branch out. If they add kill streaks, the game's done. If they add in no recoil, the game's done. They added perks, the
What
game's
about
done.
more guns? What about more guns?
You can do that, but the thing is, your wheel. That's all that matters.
Because
Is your selection wheel.
people think
Yeah.
that you're gonna get bored, and so you need to add a bunch of different
It's
mechanics. But really, that's not the case because you add random bullshit mechanics,
Yeah.
and people are like, "Fuck this, I'm done with the game."
Like
I'm done
Modern
with
Warfare
it.
3,
But
I was completely content with the next COD game being the exact same with new perks and
Yeah,
like
Black Ops
new,
2 is great.
new maps. Like that's what I was fine with. But then they're like, oh, the pick 10 system. You have 10 points, perks, blah blah blah, and it didn't work.
Well, the problem with these console games is that because they're not subscription services, obviously, right? They get greedy for money, so they want to keep releasing games. Like with something like WoW, the reason they don't have to keep selling, like they do sell you a new game, but they also just patch within a season, right? So, but like if COD was just patching, they'd stop making money because you'd buy the game and then they just kept patching. But I feel like for console games to work well, they need to stop releasing entirely new games. They need to.
Take a year off. Take 2
They
years
need to
off.
work on just like live updates because they have that technology now.
You know what
right?
game?
Like,
that's true.
You know what game I need to give a shout out to?
Borderlands.
Civ 5.
Civ 5.
Game's
I
quality.
had some
game-
good times on Civ 5.
You know
I had
what?
some
No,
good
you
times
know,
on
shut
Civ
the
5.
fuck up. Every time you try to play a new game, you always get mad at your spawn and you have to restart.
What do you, I did that once.
Fuck you, bitch. You did it all the time. Same with Gordon. His mom starts yelling at him to make Thai food. He's like, fuck you, mom. I'm playing Civ.
Okay, I did that once,
Yeah,
and
it's
I think Civ 5. I've had a lot of fun, but it also gets bored pretty fast. But time flies when you're
Yeah,
playing
it
Civ
does.
5. You can play a game and you end up being there for 4 hours, and you're like, fuck.
Your gaming
Yeah,
stamina is
no.
shit, though. Like, you have this
No, but, like-
stamina of Sammy.
Okay.
But like,
Okay.
but, like,
Alright.
Real person.
I just don't see like I just don't like playing games for that long. I don't know what it is. Just like I don't like.
No, I don't like playing a single game.
Yeah.
Like already
Yeah.
League is like stretching it for what I like with things. Like either I want it to actually be like full on like RPG shit, or like that for that amount and then it just disappears.
I mean,
like,
we've been-
Civ is too much.
We've been since we've been
I
getting
can play
into like
games
our
for a
WoW
while.
dailies and stuff. We've been playing for like 3-4 hours straight. Like that's longer than I ever used to play because like I'm actually having fun. But I used to play WoW like maybe 1 or 2 a day and like 1 or 2 hours a day, and I was like kind of got bored after that. And also I don't like to play too long because if I start playing too long, I start getting the habit of playing too long, and then I don't want to be addicted to these games, right? Like I like doing other things.
That's the mental, that fortitude is like, I'm not going to get addicted.
Right, but when does it, like, even if you say you're not addicted, when does it actually become an addiction?
When you
right?
can't go without playing the game.
Right, of course. And I've gone days without playing WoW, and I don't give a shit.
That's fine.
Like, I don't
But
give a
if
shit,
you're
obviously.
like, if you're at work and you're like, I can't play WoW today.
Oh,
I can't play. And
no,
you're
I don't
chopping
mind
up
that.
and you're going to stab a motherfucker.
I don't
You're like, I
mind
can't
that.
play. I can't play.
No, wait,
Fuck
okay.
Gordon. I
I've
can't
never
play.
had
Wait,
a feeling like that
okay,
towards
did
the
you
game.
make-
ever.
wait,
I've
did you
never
make
had
a
a feeling
comment-
like that towards anything.
Did you
in
make
my
a
life.
comment on how I can't play games for very long, or how I can play games for very long?
I thought about him.
No, I can't play games for very long, and he was using an
Analogizing.
analogy that my game stamina is like your like stamina from having sex.
Okay.
You're
Your
fucking.
fucking stamina.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't hear the fucking
Like
part.
your coming stamina.
Okay.
He was that was the joke.
I see. I make up
Not
for
that
it.
he knows.
See-
Well, I would hope he doesn't know.
See, my
your coming
analogy
stamina,
here
but
is that me and Saj both take that sexy time stamina out and turn
Yeah.
it into
That's true.
and turn it into better use
Yeah, that is
in
true.
our life.
'Cause
I can game
just
for
to
24
divert your
hours
phones,
straight,
you know.
easy.
Yeah, easy. I can fucking.
yeah, I don't play games
Oh, yeah,
six for
of
6
course.
hours straight because I'll have sex for 6 hours straight instead.
Yeah. No, yeah.
That's boring.
Yeah, see, Blaze, we're doing
That's
better
a
than this.
ridiculous amount of time.
Unless you're in an orgy.
6 hours? Unless you're in an orgy. But,
Then maybe it's acceptable. If it's not constantly happening for 6 hours, I feel like you'd just be like dead after 6
About
hours.
orgies.
You'd just be like dehydrated.
Speaking about orgies.
You'd be
though.
completely dehydrated after 6 hours.
After 6 hours? Yeah. No, that's why fucking is a sport. You gotta bring glasses of
Hey,
water. Have a
when do you
water
think
bottle.
a sex will be an Olympic sport?
No,
You gotta tap out for a little while.
like-
I mean,
It's like Just Dance.
I mean,
It's like Just Dance, you know? You
I mean,
think,
why
you
didn't, like,
think you're like
you're
just
sweating
having
buckets
fun,
after.
but then actually
why not
it's
though, right?
serious stuff.
I mean,
What do
some
you mean,
people
why not?
some people consider it an art form, right?
I don't.
So I said some people. Not everyone considers all sports an art form. Some people consider
I don't
sports
consider
an
any
art form.
sport an art form.
You don't consider a sport an art form?
No.
Fencing? I'd consider
No.
fencing a little.
No,
I
there's
think
certain
fencing
I
is
think a
technique.
sport is not an art.
But
Oh, no,
Okay.
but there's
You can
style
be
and
you can
technique.
be you can be artful, but it is not an art.
If there's a technique
But
and there's
I can
uniqueness
even,
between each
what-
player.
when
Yeah,
I
because,
see-
like,
when I see,
dancing, there's
Ovechkin
technique.
or a Crosby do like a
like
dance.
dancing is an art,
Yeah.
That's not a sport.
but
no,
it is a sport.
but there's technique.
But
But
no,
it is a
no,
sport.
competitive dancing is a sport. But
But that's not an
So
art.
sport has a
anymore.
connotation of
No,
competition.
yeah, competitive art shouldn't be a
because
competition.
it's game theory. Because like
Right,
there has
but-
to be a win state.
So like
lose
Olympic,
state
like
for a
diving,
sport.
is that an art form
No.
or a sport?
It's a sport.
You think that's I think that's an art form, diving, because they're doing all the
Yeah, I
flips
know
and
it's all about
it's
technique
unique
again.
and it's technique,
No,
right?
I don't.
like
I don't think art should be a competition. Like these art competitions, like Gordon Vincent and all these people go to, is bullshit. Like that's
I also
art.
think
what do you mean, like
it is
visual-
also
visual
bullshit.
art
no, but
competitions?
art. No, anything
no,
art
no,
is
no,
so
like-
opinionative.
What he's talking about, like
That's
What-
true.
what kind of
like
art
a
competitions
like
are
a
you going
vocal
to?
kind of thing, you know,
Oh,
where like
It's so
different people go in.
like if I saw went
Right,
to
of
Gord's,
course.
like I
but you
like,
can
competitive
analyze
stuff.
like with something like singing,
yeah,
like it is opinion as
Yeah,
to what you like, but you
it's
can also analyze
technical skill.
the technical
Yeah.
skill, right?
But then the same thing is like oh, I don't like how he dove there. Fuck
Well,
that.
same with visual
Well,
arts,
no, because
too.
you can
Yeah,
dive
Yeah, of course,
badly.
of course. Like the techniques of things.
Like there's
Yeah.
two,
it's really good.
there's
But then
two
also
10
you can be
scores
you can be
that
like
are completely
two different
different.
people are
Like I
having-
went to the art gallery and there's a line in the middle of the room and people love that. People go fucking crazy for that. I was like, what is
I
this?
know.
Better
Dude,
stand in
There's
line.
also like a meme online where it's like a guy dropped his mitten in an art gallery and then people aren't sure if it's like a modern art exhibit and so they don't pick
Honestly.
it up. And then it just like becomes one.
Well, what's the line for art? The line for art is if an artist does something, they can call it art.
No, but also I
But
think
anyone
that's,
can.
But then
that's
it's
also
bullshit
like
because
that's
then
also
can-
everything is art.
Right,
Because
I can
it's
slap
just-
that's what I'm
monkey's
saying. There's no
ass.
line.
Yeah,
Like
there is no
it's actually
art.
very,
It's art.
Art is very
Yeah.
philosophical in the sense that like
where's
the line?
No,
Like
there is
visual
no
art,
line.
especially.
Yeah,
where's
especially.
the line?
Yes, but when I think of visual art, I think of like pretty pictures. You know,
Right, you think
pretty-
of paintings
Yeah.
or something like that. But where's
I
the
should
line
know
on
also-
abstract? Right? If someone just splashes a bunch of paint on a canvas,
See, I don't like
where's the
abstract art.
line of?
But that's not
it's-
art.
It's abstract art,
no,
or
no, it's not abstract. Abstract is just a word for people who are trying to be pompous.
no, but no,
No,
abstract
that's
art
No,
is a
abstract
legitimate
is a type.
thing.
It's a type because
No, except that also abstract
you don't
art
want to
kinda
insult-
No,
feel like
it's
bullshit.
Abstract
bullshit.
is a, no,
Like-
it's a legitimate art
like
form.
It's
Picasso?
a legitimate art form because it
Pablo
okay,
It's
Picasso?
about feel. It's about feeling.
yeah.
Oh, I feel like a yellow
Ultimately-
triangle.
Let's not insult people. It's a legitimate art
Bisexual
form.
identifies as red triangle.
I mean,
It's
fair,
like
you'd be
boo.
brown
I
triangles.
mean,
thank you very much.
I don't know about sexual identity. You could identify yourself as a red triangle if you want to identify yourself as a red
Excuse you.
fucking
I'm a
triangle.
yellow triangle.
Yeah.
You said-
Also,
okay, you're a yellow
why-
triangle.
That's racist. I'm Asian.
Also, why did we go from we went from art to sexual
We went from a
identity?
legitimate conversation to Sajin being
Yeah,
an
I
idiot.
know.
That's
I'm
what
not an
happened.
idiot. You're an idiot.
Idiot.
No hate talk here.
Just like the Grinch, he's like,
Okay.
yeah.
So let's go on to a legitimate topic. Want to talk about movies? Let's talk about movies.
Let's talk about
The
movies.
Forest. I hate it.
Oscar
Okay.
season.
I want to see it. I don't like it.
I want to see it.
Wait,
Well,
which-
I won't like
I
it.
The
think
Forest.
we're all.
I agree
We
with
all
you.
want to see
no,
the forest.
I want to see it.
No,
but
well-
but I don't like it because it Hollywood's. I don't know the word for like. It westernizes the idea of the suicide forest in Japan, which is real. Like
Oh, yeah, that-
Right, right. Well, you haven't seen it. You don't know if they do it
No,
well or not.
no,
they could do
they're
it
definitely
well.
no,
bastardized
but
it,
the thing
though.
is,
But
but
have you
bastardizing by like, oh, it's haunted and shit. Like, no, that's where people go to die.
But- No.
Right, but people who go in there who aren't going there to
Yeah.
commit suicide
No,
do
have you seen
feel
the- have
like
you
it's
seen the
haunted,
documentary?
right? Like,
Yeah, I've
I
seen
don't
it.
know who does the documentary.
I mean,
but,
if you believe in ghosts, a place where
Yeah.
people just go to
But
kill
you
themselves is
can't-
not going to
but
not be
you
haunted.
can't,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can't,
agree.
Yeah.
but you cannot make light of Japan's suicide thing.
Well, they're not making light of it.
They,
and
they
making
are.
it into a
She's
horror
like
movie.
this white bitch. She's like, oh, my sister's
This
dead.
white
I gotta go to
bitch.
Japan and go save her.
Right, right.
But like, because there's 70 suicides a day in Japan. You cannot make light of that.
it's not.
Well, they're not making light. I think making
No.
light is the wrong expression because they're not making it look like it's a night, like a good place. Like they're not.
Plus-
they're not like.
But they're not making it look as heavy as it should be. Like,
Yeah, I guess
when
so.
I
Well, they're turning it into like it. From what you see in the trailer, they're turning it into almost like Like it's not just like spirits that are there, which is what it would be. They're
Dead
turning
people.
it into like there's like zombies and stuff,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is ridiculous. I don't agree with that, but they're doing it for the sake of jump scares.
But that
and
shouldn't.
whatever.
No, I don't.
But, like,
No, I think it could be done better. I think,
even if we
but
went,
we haven't seen it yet, so I want to see it, and then maybe I'll do some kind of
but
review of
like
it.
I think if we all went into that forest, we would all come out feeling like shit.
No,
I
that's
would
the
be
absolutely-
shit. I would like poop myself.
well, that's
Yeah,
the
probably.
that's the thing. Like people who have gone in there and like come back who
Don't
didn't go in
feel
there, like they
great.
feel like something's happened to them in there, right? Like that's the idea. I don't want to talk too much about it. I don't know that much
Okay,
about
let's
the
go.
forest, but I do want to see the movie
You know, what movie
because
I
it
wanna
could
see?
just end up being a bad horror movie, and I like bad horror movies.
You know what movie I wanna see?
So
the Ratchet and Clank movie.
Me as well.
Damn,
It's gonna be good. It's
no,
gonna
but
be
gonna
good.
be
let's talk about the movies
Ah.
that have come out so far.
Yu-Gi-Oh! The
that
new
we've
one?
seen.
Okay.
So
What's your movie of the year?
My movie of the year?
Yeah.
Attack
Attack on Titan movie?
No,
Oh yeah, of course.
I
100%.
really liked
So bad.
my top two for sure are The Big Short and Ex Machina.
really.
I fucking
Ex
loved
Machina.
Ex Machina.
I thought Ex
it was
Machina
great.
was an
I thought
amazing
the
movie.
Hateful Eight was really good.
Oh, I
The Hateful Eight
I
was
really
good,
enjoyed
but
the Hateful Eight,
I there was something about Ex Machina, like the subject matter of it was just like it was really well filmed and everything, but there was something about like the whole comment on like the social aspect of like the AI and like how like what would happen to the world if AI actually existed, right?
Yeah.
Like
and also
and it had
like
this
the,
whole social commentary.
the
on how
social
people-
commentary also of like where was she actually just completely manipulating the entire time and like
See,
Well, no, I
like
think
the
she
dialogue.
Spoiler, I
the
didn't see this
dialogue-
movie
Well,
yet.
yeah, I don't
Sorry.
want to give spoilers, but
see, but like,
but
I
I
think
think I don't know. There was just something, and the acting was just like
I feel like
it was. They just got this vibe of like this kind of
Creepy.
creepy.
God.
this creepy vibe.
But
to it
I
that-
think something went way
Mhm.
over my
Killed it.
head in that movie.
which is
Because everyone has loved it. I found it, like, the acting, brilliant. Amazing. But, like, something went over my head because I
Like,
just
what did
found
you-
it different. Not great. I don't know. It's kind of an odd topic to make a movie about, don't you think?
Well, no, I think it's great. It's a
No, it's a
perfect
really
time
cool-
for it
it's
because
a
we
perfect
have
time for-
these
yeah.
we have these search engines that know so much about like Google. Like people are always talking
yeah.
about how
Okay,
Google
yeah.
knows
But
everything.
wait, wasn't the whole point of it,
everything.
like, this, like, not... I'm not gonna say, like, sex slave shit, but, like...
no. Well, I mean, they
fucking-
touched on a lot of things, right? They
Yeah,
touched on the
they
Yeah,
whole-
touched on
yeah,
a lot
okay.
of different
They touched on like
aspects
is it
of AI.
is it okay to
fuck
to
a
have
robot,
sex with
yeah.
a robot if it has real
I mean,
feelings?
people
right?
fuck
like,
dogs.
If it is AI.
but that's
But-
But also the main, I think the
That's
main
not okay, but-
Snoopy and Yellowbird, something's going on there.
I think the main subject matter.
I feel like inter-animal sex is okay. It's just like not us.
But where's the line? Where's the line between
No.
cross sex?
No,
We
no.
are an
I
animal.
Like
think
if a
you
tiger
can't,
took a chicken.
a bird and a
If
mammal.
they both consent.
No, I don't
We are
think a
mammals.
bird and
We
a
are
mammal.
we are
no,
mammals.
That's not okay. That's not okay. Yeah, because we're mammals.
Oh, okay.
If they-
I guess
if the
so, I
bird
guess so.
consents.
Mammal and mammal.
No, but I think like if a dog and a cat want to get it on, I got no beef with that.
Yeah, I gotta agree with that shit.
Like if they're attracted to each other, why not?
I know.
How
if
do
they-
you know that? They don't
if
have.
they-
They don't.
If they're sexing each other and no one's complaining,
but-
like why
I'll
not?
complain. I'll complain all of the goddamn
Wouldn't
place.
some people find people fucking robots kind of odd?
Right, but
Yeah,
that's
but
where the
also-
line
it's
is.
not-
Is like
it's not
if
an
AI is
existent
real,
person. Yeah, it's not.
then
it's
is
not
it a person?
consciousness.
Is
if it has a
person?
conscience, then is it a
artificial
person?
AI, artificial.
Oh,
Right.
no, of course, of
But
course.
that's where do you draw
No,
the
but
line?
the whole
right?
movie was about, like-
we are also just very complicated machinery. We're just like instead of like
brain named
instead
itself.
of yeah. Oh yeah, I guess yeah,
Put
that
that
is
in.
true. But
Yeah.
no, but
Yeah.
flesh and blood is just instead of like steel and plastic.
Right.
You know? And so, like, with that, once you have something that imitates it so perfectly, where do you draw the line?
And
Because
also the oth-
it can convince you of its own sentience. So,
I mean, there's also the whole thing with like the Turing test, the test that the guy
Yeah.
goes there to do. Is AI like the whole question of is AI even real, or is it just like something that knows everything and knows how to react
Wait.
to everything? Because where does the point become? Is it feeling, or does it just know how
How
to
to
pretend,
react,
how
yeah,
to
how to
pretend to
pretend
feel
to
and
feel.
how to react?
I
to
just-
feel. And I
is
think
it just like
and the
beautiful
movie is
coding to,
ambiguous
like,
in that
the-
way.
yeah.
Like it's up to you to decide whether she was really feeling or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So
Oh, she was really feeling.
See, I wasn't like too much into the characters.
Nice.
The creepy vibe got me going.
well,
there.
I thought Oscar Isaac's character was great because like
Oh yeah.
you think you get this feeling that he's kind of the villain, but then like you start to kind of root
And
for
he's just
him,
kinda
and you're-
doing
he's
his-
very weird. He's very
Yeah,
like
yeah,
multi,
yeah.
Yeah.
like multiple.
And you also like you
personality.
feel like the main character, like Domhnall Gleeson's character, is like really stupid, but then you also feel like you're on his side, and then you feel like you're not.
He's
and
also
Yeah.
at the
Like,
at the beginning.
it's
He's
so
It's
also
great.
because
Like all the
everybody's
characters are really
ambiguous, and you-
multi-dimensional.
yeah, and
Even
you-
the robot is
you fight for
multi-dimensional. It's
everybody, yeah,
great.
I do
also
I love
the
it.
the main
I
character.
love
He's
it.
also really upbeat, like outgoing, kind of at the beginning of the movie, and then later on he's just like it's fucking with him, and he
Yeah.
tries.
Yeah, he's like-
and
he's
what
like
did he
fucking-
tries to
Yeah.
cut his
cutting
wrist or
himself.
whatever.
Yeah. No, he doesn't try to cut his wrist. He tries to see if
See
he's like
a
if
Yeah.
he's
robot.
Well,
Yeah.
that was a dream. That I don't.
Was it?
But
Oh yeah. Because he
Yeah,
also
that
cut
was
under his eye too.
yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, nothing. That was a
And
dream.
then he
sequence.
woke up.
When was
it
that
was very
made?
weird.
When was that made?
That was early this year. That was
Early, yeah,
2015.
It was
It's not
great.
nominated for anything
No.
because it was so early in the year. It wasn't put in the Oscar grouping, right?
That,
like
I saw it
everything-
in the
everything's kind of
Golden
from like
Globes, though.
December.
It was in the Golden
Right.
Globes.
Yeah, but it didn't
Yeah.
win. I was so sad.
See,
No,
it's-
but the
it's weird
actress
that-
won in it.
The
Did she?
actress.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
okay.
so. I
That's
think
good.
she
That's
did.
good.
She was great.
I didn't pay
Also-
attention to the Golden
Wait,
Globes.
no, maybe she didn't. I'm
I was
lying.
disappointed that I wasn't disappointed that Leonardo DiCaprio won the Best Actor in the Golden Globes.
Wait, that was for the.
But I was disappointed that The Revenant won the Best Movie for Golden Globes.
I watched The Revenant. It was.
It was too long.
Yeah.
There was so
okay,
much
I
that they could have
agree.
cut out of that movie. It was
But
ridiculously too long.
it was
I don't want
good.
to talk about it too much. You guys haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
It was
Um,
good. It was good.
But what I said my top movies for the year.
I want it to be good enough that like Leo gets the Oscar, but that's about
He
it.
he acted
Bear's
well.
gonna
He
get the
did
Oscar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
bear?
What's with this
So-
bear? What is with this bear?
The
Uh,
guy's gonna start dating
so
him.
bear-
You're talking shit
Okay,
about this
and
bear.
it had sex with him in the butt, and then
That's The
it-
Revenant.
and then it ran off.
That's The
Yeah.
Revenant.
Revenant means had to have sex
It just.
in the butt with
Well,
the
do you
bear.
know what a Revenant actually is?
To have sex in the
No,
butt
but like
by
for
a
real.
bear.
Like, do you know
No,
what a Revenant?
I know.
It's like a ghost that lingers.
Oh, true.
Like
Um,
Yeah, like in Halo, they named all their vehicles.
Yeah.
After spooky.
Anyways,
Wraith.
what
Yeah.
was your guys'
Ghost.
favorite movies this year?
It's a tough one.
I didn't see any movies.
I would say Mad Max Fury Road.
Time
Was
to-
that
I like that.
2015?
That's 2015.
Oh wow, yeah.
No,
I
Oh
guess,
my god, it was.
I guess it
I'm
was.
I'm
Seems
gonna
like it was forever
the
ago.
cinematography in that movie is
Yeah, that
beautiful.
movie was
I'm gonna
great.
say
So
really
fucking
generic
great.
one.
And also,
What's
wait,
that?
did you know just real quick? All of the night scenes in that are actually day, and then they fucking filtered it so that it looks like night.
Oh wow.
It's weird.
I mean,
know.
there's not a lot
Wait,
of night
wait,
scenes. It's
it-
mostly
No,
day.
Mad
there's
Max.
only like 3/4 through the movie. There's that sequence.
Yeah. But that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
really
it's
cool.
so well shot. It's
So well shot.
Because
And-
there's so
yeah.
little dialogue
If
in
you
the
see
movie, right?
the like eye tracking where like it leads you to the next shot, it's beautiful.
Also,
I mean,
Yeah.
it's the same thing with
It's
The
beautiful.
Revenant. I gotta give them it was super well shot because there's so few lines. Right?
But then again, also all
There's
the like
so
the
few
all the
things to
real
keep
stunts in
you-
Mad Max just make it that much better.
oh
yeah.
yeah, oh yeah.
oh,
it's
and like the practical effects and stuff.
Yeah, that like
are
everything
amazing,
was the same. It's like
amazing.
on levels of like Star Wars.
Although
Who
they
directed
did-
that? Who directed
they
that?
messed up.
That's fuck. Blah, blah,
That's my favorite director.
You can
Ah,
see the
fuck.
whole camera crew
Fuck.
up in the mountains at one
Um,
point in the movie.
In
When you know when the
I'll
boulders
look it up.
break down at
Spoiler
the
alert.
crossing.
Spoilers.
You know when the opening breaks down after
should
they're
know
trying to
this, I
chase
should
them
know
and
this.
all the rocks fall and they have to move all the rocks before
right.
they can continue
Oh, you
chasing
can see
them.
the film crew
Yeah.
on the mountain. I thought you were talking about The Revenant for a minute, so I
No.
was getting confused. Okay, yeah. I remember that.
Okay, super generic one because I don't remember what I've seen this year. Star Wars.
You did
Really?
like that though.
I did like it.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen a single one other than that.
Well, no, UFC
Well,
4
yeah,
and
but
5.
George
I
Miller,
fell
George
asleep
Miller.
halfway through the second one.
That's who
You
directed
fell asleep for the first 20 minutes of the first one too.
Yeah, because it's boring.
You know what? People
I'm
But-
not, even, I'm not even gonna
No,
I'm
but
not
like,
even gonna talk about it.
I don't remember what else I've seen this year.
we saw
I don't really remember
horror
a lot.
movie
We saw Krampus.
Krampus.
That's not that good.
It was
No, we
decent.
saw the
I thought
other
it
one
was
though.
Insidious?
The more I
Yeah,
thought about it, the
Insidious.
more I thought about it, I thought it was really well done actually. The
Insidious,
more
I
thought
didn't
it-
like.
No, Krampus.
Krampus,
I-
yeah,
Krampus
but like
is-
I honestly.
But
don't
at the
know what
end,
I've seen.
you're coming out of the
no.
movie
But the more I
theater.
thought about that movie, I actually really did enjoy it. I thought it was really interesting, kind of twist on
Yeah.
like interesting twist on kind of horror comedy.
Did
and
Neighbors
like,
2 come
it was
out yet?
No,
No.
I knew it was announced, but no, not for a while. I don't
Because they
think.
released a trailer.
Right.
Oh, I'm looking forward to Deadpool.
I'm looking forward to
So
a
good.
lot of 2016
Fuck.
movies.
2016 is
Ratchet
gonna be
and Clank.
so fucking
superhero
good for
movies.
superhero
Oh, man.
movies.
Yeah.
Whew,
Ratchet and Clank.
it's
Kingdom
gonna be
Hearts
so
3.
good.
Kingdom Hearts 3.
X-Men
crazy,
Apocalypse
though.
is actually my most anticipated one.
But see, the question to have going forward is, do we get burnt out by the end of 2016 on superhero movies, and can it continue? And
No, they're gonna pull superheroes out of their ass.
Well, they're all very different. They're all very different movies.
Yeah,
though.
no, they're gonna play.
I know.
It's not just like
No, of course.
Marvel is
except
just
that
releasing
also,
a bunch.
Except that Marvel has actually figured out now that you need to
Space battle.
do a lot of different things. Like you need to do a space opera. You need to do like a detective thing in like Captain America. You need to like
Right, but all their
branch
movies
out
are pretty much the
genre and, like,
same anyways.
thematically.
But you see,
Yeah.
they're
But
not.
their
They're
movies
not
all
gonna
stop
stop.
being
DC though,
the
I know
same.
they all have like the stamp of the Marvel thing, but like
Yeah.
DC hasn't figured that out yet, so they might all be very very similar.
Well, the
And
thing
so-
with Marvel movies is they've the interesting thing is that back in like when they first started in the early 2000s with Spider-Man and X-Men,
yeah.
and well, actually the Blade movies were the first like Marvel
Yeah.
Studios
Yeah.
ones. They didn't quite have those were some of the best Marvel movies that there are, like the original X-Men movie, and
Yeah,
Spider-Man
oh,
is one of the
course,
best
of course.
superhero movies
Yeah,
ever
of
made.
course.
But,
But,
it's
also
not
Spider-Man-
Marvel.
but now they've
It's
gotten
not
it-
Marvel.
Fantastic.
But there was a
So-
while. But there was a while there, where there like in the mid 2000s where they were all getting really bad, like Elektra and Daredevil and all those.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They were all like really shitty movies.
Really really bad.
But then they kind of came back with like it started kind of with Avengers and like Iron Man. I guess Iron Man was
Iron
the first
Man
one where it came back
pulled it around.
because they figured out
They
this
put in-
formula where they just like they hit this line between the comic book, like meeting the comic book fan
Yeah.
and meeting like the general audience.
Yeah.
And like they hit it right in the dead center. And DC
Yeah.
hasn't quite figured that out yet.
No.
Like with the Batman movies, they did. Like Christopher Nolan hit
Chris
the nail
Nolan
on the
did
head
all of
there,
that.
but
Except
everyone
that they
else
also,
is like
they also did piss off like fans by the last one. Like
Right.
a lot
Well,
of
Dark Knight
Dark
Rises
Rises,
was
they didn't
pretty
like it 'cause
disappointing
it was
movie.
kind of
They also, you know
it was
what
a
they're
mediocre
good at?
movie, but
They're good at throwing in some comedy in there. You know what? Just to lighten the mood.
Well, no, the point was those were supposed to be dark and brooding. And that's the problem with the new Superman movie, was that they tried to go for the same theme because Dark
Yeah.
Knight did so well. But Superman's supposed to be a joke, right? Superman's
Yeah.
supposed to
Okay,
be
no,
like-
I'm talking about
he's
the Marvel
so over
movies.
the top. That
Oh,
he-
Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you saying there's not enough jokes in the Marvel
No,
movies?
no, I'm saying they're good at throwing in those,
Oh,
those
yeah,
little
no,
comedy
there's,
bits.
like Joss Whedon is like great for
but
Yeah,
putting
they
in
have to run out
the
soon, though.
one-liners and
Like,
all that
Yeah, it keeps
stuff.
it keeps it feeling fun.
There was
Keeps it
almost
feeling
in Age of
comic
Ultron.
booky.
There was like too many.
See,
Yeah.
no, of course. That's why Age of Ultron. It was a hot mess, though. Like of a movie, it was.
they're
a
gonna
hot
start
mess.
pulling
Yeah,
superheroes out
well,
of your...
they didn't put in what they needed to, and they put in a lot of shit they just
Yeah,
didn't
and
need
also Ultron had like no. He was not scary ever. He was
No.
scary for a second when he was like bursting through his face,
He's-
and then they solved him, and he was
She's
just
like
gone.
Silver Surfer.
They
He's
fucked
like this
it, like
crazy ass entity that comes out of nowhere at first. You're like, holy shit, he's badass. And you're like, what? Never mind. He's a
He
fucking
didn't do
dickhead
any-
riding on a surfboard.
he did shit up. He
They
was
did
in
fuck up
this-
Silver Surfer really
Oh,
badly.
yeah.
Like,
I'm
oh
not
my
gonna
God.
disagree with you on that.
It's amazing. And he's like, wait, he's just. that's
Also,
what they are.
now that
No,
they
they
fucked up
definitely-
Fantastic
they
Four
fucked
so
up Fantastic
much,
Four
they can't
twice
use
now.
Galactus, and Galactus is actually cool
Well, the
and
thing
scary.
is, Fox only wants to keep. The
Also,
rights to
Doctor Doom is
Fantastic
fucking
Four.
dope. Like, oh,
Yeah, no, it is a
Doctor Boom.
The Fantastic Four situation is a little disappointing, but in all honesty, like because they're heavy on the Avengers.
I said a joke and no one got it.
wait, what was it?
Sorry,
You said,
I was in
I
the middle
said,
of a
you know
train
who
of
else is
thought.
dope? Pretty dope. Is Doctor Boom.
They
Stop. Just stop.
you almost made me lose my train of thought. They're really like heavy leaning into like the Avengers and all the stuff that's
Yeah,
surrounding
Funny
the
being
Avengers.
your moist
So like
also-
the Fantastic Four never really had any real
No, except that,
cooperation
okay,
with
wait,
them.
have
So
you,
you don't
have you
really
played,
need both.
Have you played like a game like Ultimate Avengers? Have you
Oh
played
my
that,
God,
like,
that game.
Yeah, like Ultimate Alliance. That's
Ultimate-
what it is.
Ultimate
Alliance.
Such a fucking good game. So good, so good.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it wasn't actually good, but it was good to me
Although-
and my little like child.
Yeah, I remember it back on the
Um,
Wii. It was
no,
it was so
fun.
good.
But
It
for
was
But
the
it
movie-
wasn't actually a good game.
No,
I
it
know
wasn't
what
actually a
you're
good
talking
game.
about, but it was fun.
But
Because you got to play as all the
interplay
superheroes.
The interplay between everybody and like it actually fit within a world. But then also Doctor Doom, he's the head honcho, big boss of all of the people. He's like the puppet master that you actually want, and he's compelling in that role.
You know-
so
Well, that was
he
always
would
his
be
thing, right?
he would be a much better if like fucking Thanos was not Thanos. If Thanos was Doctor Doom, like. It could still exist, just how
Well,
it is.
And then they could do the whole thing. I don't remember what it's called, but Marvel had that whole thing where they had Doctor Doom bring all the superheroes and supervillains onto one planet
yeah,
and literally
yeah.
just let shit happen between them. Like he
Marvel
just,
vs. Capcom.
No.
No.
What?
Capcom also? They just
No.
show up in a
Mega
comic?
Man.
No, it was
Also,
all
but
the
you know what
it was
I'm
all
waiting-
the superheroes.
you know
and
what I'm
villains
waiting
all
for?
on one planet, and they just basically it was like what's that Japanese movie?
Battle Royale.
Battle Royale. It was basically Battle Royale, but with like superpowers.
With superheroes, which is awesome.
But you know what I'm
Which
waiting
like
for?
kind of reminds
What's
me
that?
of like Planet Hulk, but that's never gonna happen.
Well, Planet Hulk is the most ridiculous
It's never
storyline
gonna
ever.
They wouldn't get like because that's basically writing off like the Hulk as a character because he never comes back from that to like actually love them and he like fucks shit up so hard.
Yeah,
But they
'cause they
wouldn't
fucked
start
him.
that. Why would they start that right
No.
now?
No,
like
Mark
they have too
Ruffalo-
much. They need to like bring him in. He needs
Mark-
to be actually part of the MCU. For
Well,
a
they
while.
can't do another Hulk movie. People wouldn't go see it.
No, because track records. Sometimes you got to learn from the past.
Yeah, and they
Sometimes.
have. They're not going to do it.
Sometimes.
Anyway, sorry, Sam, you were saying something.
I'm just waiting for Marvel to run out of
Sometimes.
heroes. Like they're gonna start pulling random heroes.
They
out
already
of their
have.
ass.
I mean,
Oh, they
Guardians
already
of the
are.
Galaxy
Fucking
just
also-
pulled out of
Okay,
their
yeah,
ass.
that's
No,
true.
yeah.
And people loved
Yeah,
it.
brilliant.
It was great,
but,
yeah.
But
Big Hero
also,
6.
like,
I mean,
Inhumans,
Ant-Man
whenever it
was
came out.
really big back in the original Avengers, but they pulled that out of their ass too.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
in
but
a
I'm
sense, no
talking
one knew
about like
it.
no, I'm talking
Yeah.
about like
That was a good movie. I
even
liked that
past
one.
Ant Man,
Oh, I
like
did too.
smaller.
And also, a
like
lot
yeah,
of people,
Guardians
like,
of the Galaxy.
Yes, it was the lowest. It was the low watermark of Avengers, like of
Of
Marvel,
Phase 2.
of like Phase 2. That it didn't sell that
Or
well.
sorry,
and it also
Ant-Man
wasn't really
falls
like
into Phase 3 actually.
yeah. Oh, it does.
Yeah,
Oh, true.
yeah, because he doesn't come until the next one, so he
Yeah.
falls
Okay.
into Phase
Okay.
3.
Phase 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so like it didn't really do too well at the box office. It did well internationally, but yeah, but
No, go ahead.
okay. Sorry, listeners. No, but it actually is a really good movie, and so like, going forward, we'll see whether they continue things up. But like, they haven't made a bomb yet, and so I'm wondering
Right,
if they
everything.
ever
Yeah,
will.
they've hit this
Everything
formula, and
has been-
everything's been very mediocre.
except for
since.
fucking like the first Thor and the second Thor were also just terrible movies.
Oh, you're talking bomb isn't a bad thing.
As in bomb thing.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Well, they haven't had a bad thing or like a spectacular thing in a long time.
Yeah. Spider-Man.
Spectacular. Oh, actually, no. I'm so excited for Spider-Man when he
I
finally
think
comes
it'll be
back.
good.
I think it'll actually be really good because they're
They have
they're
potential.
scrapping
Yeah.
the
And they're
intro
not-
story.
yeah.
They're just like throwing him
Yeah,
in.
no
He's
origin
already
story.
Spider-Man. Fuck it. Like
we've
so
seen
let's
it
just
in
go
the
with it.
past.
We've seen
He's
it
also
twice.
really young, which is gonna be great because Tobey Maguire was like, how old was he? I don't know. He's really old.
Well, but Tobey
Uh,
Maguire was like the best Peter Parker.
No, of course. He was
you
so much
can't
better
make it.
than
I don't think
Andrew
he's
so good.
Garfield. He was so
You
much
can't, I
better.
don't think you
I
can
hate
be Peter
Andrew
Parker.
Garfield. You mean to sacrifice him to Satan?
Except
Well, he's
that-
not. Yeah, he wasn't really Peter Parker.
Except then he
at
turned
all.
into
He's
fucking
just like
dancing Peter Parker number 3. No.
Well,
Oh,
I mean, there
yeah.
were mistakes in those Spider-Man things, and like Sam Raimi's like basically apologized to
Yeah, number
all
3
the fans
was
that
what a fuckfest.
like
was
Sam
that?
Raimi wants to do another one
Like-
and redeem himself because he was amazing at the first two. So
Oh yeah, number 1 and number 2.
Yeah,
are
I mean,
that-
he,
that
he says.
twist at the
I
end.
mean, they all kind of
So
say
good.
this, but the studio took over.
That
Right.
Green Goblin
Yeah.
twist at the end. Where's that? Spider-Man's like, and he dodges
Yeah, and
the,
he goes,
the hoverboard, and
Yeah, so-
Yeah.
Oh,
Spoilers to like
That was-
2001
and,
movie.
and Osborn's like, "You fucked me good, Batman." And then he's like, "What?"
Exactly.
And then it ends, and he's like, "Whoa."
And
Okay.
on that
Anyways.
note, I think we're
So
gonna
yeah,
we're gonna wrap up.
we're gonna wrap up.
Wrap up.
So, just
And on
one
that
note.
note, number 1 of
Well, I
the,
guess number one, I'm happy with how this has gone, and hope to do another one soon. So, yeah, I hope if anyone listening to
I'm
this
gonna sign off.
at any point,
If anybody is,
We don't have a
We
name.
just sign
you
off sound.
enjoyed.
Make a
If
sign
anybody
off
even-
sound.
We don't have a name yet.
I mean,
Name pending.
So
That's our name right now.
sign off sound for now will be
No,